Hey team, pay it forward. I am excited to be bringing you our weekly team training today. And I always like to do trainings based on what people on the team have been asking me about, the kinds of questions that have been coming up regularly. So that way we can address them and talk to you guys all at once, and you can share it with your teams and share it with your friends and all that kind of stuff. So what we are going to be talking about today is developing a recruiting culture, how to attract your tribe, how to recruit to attract your tribe. How can you find people that are like you, that you just vibe with, that you consider your soul sisters, or your people that you would love to hang around with all the time? That's what we're going to be talking about today. I just want to start out with a couple of announcements though before we get into that, and then I'm going to give you a quick, keep it to 20 minutes ideally, kind of a training, so that way you can go on and getting about your business and all of that good stuff. So we are in the Team Cup month. Super exciting. So if you haven't seen yet, I have pinned a post on top of our team page, and it talks about how we are aiming to help 8 people this month. That is something that's very doable. So we're aiming to help 2 people every single week, and we break it down and we teach you how and all that good stuff. It's all on the calendar there, and that means you're going to be earning at least $320 in commissions, which is always a bonus as well. So hopefully you are well on your way to doing that. We are hosting Power Hour Zooms, so check the events section for when those are being hosted. And if you have been on a couple of them, you're doing them yourself regularly, I would love for you to host one as well. It's not just for me to host, because I'm doing one once a week, but I want you guys to step up to the plate and host them as well. I do teaching ones where I'm kind of teaching people how to go through the Power Hour, how to do those things, but you guys don't have to do that. You just literally get on a Zoom together and you do your 10 minutes of adding to your network. You do your 10 minutes of hey girls and connecting with people. You do your 10 minutes of inviting. You do your 10 minutes of following up. And that's basically what you're doing the whole entire time. So be on the lookout for that under the events tab on our team page. Everybody should be participating in these. I've had so many people who have come to me and said, oh my gosh, these are like aha moments for a lot of people, because they're realizing, okay, I'm so much more productive when I get on these than I ever am in my own time. And they're seeing results. They're helping more people. They're hitting Success Club. And that is the key to building your business, right, guys? So make sure that you try to host one of those and get on one of those if you haven't yet, for sure. They're really, really amazing. Also want to let you guys know our new coach training is starting this Monday, this coming February 8th. So if you have not done that yet, I would highly suggest it. It's a great way to really set the foundation for a successful business. Awesome nuggets on a Monday through Friday basis for you to learn a little bit each day consistently for 3 weeks. So that's really awesome. There's a post about that on our page, and talk to your upline about that if you haven't yet, because you want to be sure to get in that. Next, we have a coach happy hour sneak peek coming on the 10th, February 10th, which is a Wednesday. It's at 6:15 p.m. Pacific time, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's literally an hour where every 5 to 7 minutes or so we're posting in that page. So everything is done within an hour time frame, and we are live. So if people have questions and want to interact and all those kinds of things, we are coming at you live so we can answer your questions right away and all that kind of stuff. So it is a great way to invite people to the coaching opportunity. They can check it out. They can be a fly on the wall, or they can be actively engaging with us as well. So it's a great non-intimidating way to invite someone to check out the coaching opportunity. And there's no obligation as well. So they literally can just check it out, see if it's a good fit for them, and if they'd like to talk to you more. So those are the announcements, and now we're going to get into developing a recruiting culture. So I have a bunch of notes below me. I'm basing this off of what Melanie Mitro had taught at the New Leader Conference that I was at a few weeks ago, and I wanted to bring it to you guys. So objective here with this is how to recruit with a purpose and a strategy in order to attract the right people, right? The right people, the people who are going to ideally stick around, who are really going to be passionate about this, who are going to strive forward, who are going to be very similar to you. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to get out a pen and paper, pencil and paper, something like that. And I want you to answer these questions for me, right? So if you don't have this, you're going to go back and you're going to answer these 5 questions, right? Because this is how you're going to figure out what your niche is. Because often people say, well, I don't know what my niche is. I'm just normal, ordinary person or whatever. So you're going to answer these 5 questions to figure out your niche. Number 1. Who is your target audience or customer? Maybe you're like, I have no idea. Basically, the answer is, who are you? Because you are going to attract the people that are like you, right? So don't try and be like someone else. Like often when you're a brand new coach, it's great for you to check out other coaches' pages and how they're posting to get an idea of what to do. But after that, after a few weeks, a couple months tops, you really don't want to be looking to other coaches all the time. What you want to do is you want to make sure you're making it your own. You have your own voice because you want to attract who you are, right? So do you love to decorate? Do you volunteer? Are you a crafter? Are you really into fitness? Are you a crunchy granola kind of person? Are you into singing karaoke or whatever? Or, you know, are you musically talented? Any of those kind of things. Do you love to do mud runs and Spartan races and stuff like that? So think about who you are, things that are going to kind of specifically characterize you, and that is who your target audience or customer is. The more specific that you can get, the better, the better. You want to hone in. You don't want to include the masses. You will attract other people outside of yourself, like the person who you are, and that's okay. You can still help them as well. But ideally, you want to be speaking directly to the person that you are, yourself, the person on the other side of the mirror, right? So that was number 1. Number 2, how will you be introduced or approach these people? Okay. So this time I'm going to figure out my niche. Okay, so am I going to meet them in Facebook groups? So I go into, like, say I'm really into crafting and making scrapbooks. I might join a couple of scrapbooking Facebook groups and see what other people are doing and getting different ideas and stuff like that, or decorating, home decor, different stuff like that, and maybe to get ideas like that. Or maybe I love to repurpose furniture that I find on the side of the road, that kind of thing. So whatever, so you join maybe a couple of those Facebook groups. Maybe you meet people by going to a group exercise class. Maybe you meet people at the moms group at your local church. Whatever it might be, there's tons of groups on Meetup. There's tons of groups on Facebook. There's tons of places that you can meet people. But how are you going to be introduced to or approach these people? Number 3, what are the biggest burdens and problems that they face? So again, not you, but often because you are attracting who you are, essentially, it could be problems and burdens that you have struggled with. So if you decided to be a stay-at-home mom and you are living off of one income and that was a huge deal for you, that you had to cut back just in order to do that, but that was a really important thing for you, maybe you are talking to those people and that's their biggest burden or problem that they face because they've had to cut back, but at the same time, that's their priority. So maybe you're talking to those people. Is it a solution for fitness? Is it a solution for financial freedom? Is it a solution for personal confidence? Can you provide them a solution for time freedom? travel or fun, like so people can travel more. So think about what attracted you to this business and then talk about those things. So what are their biggest burdens and problems that they face? You're going to be talking about those things regularly, humbling yourself and sharing your story of what you're going through and why you're doing this. Or if you've done it for a while, what you've accomplished and how you've been able to overcome those same burdens and stuff like that. So thinking about what does your audience need to hear, right? So relating, again, remember, it's like focusing on someone like you. And so what does your audience need to hear? What's their biggest burdens and problems that they face? Number 4, how do you intend to affect these, and or how can you solve their problem? Right? Because that's what we're essentially looking to do. We're looking to see what people's needs are, what their goals are, whether it be with fitness or finance or anything like that. And we're looking to see if we have a solution. And often we do. We don't have a solution for everybody maybe necessarily, but often we have a solution for people and to be able to help them. So you're trying to fulfill the needs of this person. What are they looking for? What are they missing out on? What are they struggling with? So how do you intend to affect these, or how can you solve their problems? So searching for more to give back. You know, really focusing on that passion and that purpose of your business. You know, being able to be at home with my kids. You know, I was planning on doing that anyways, but also for me, like for example, even though that was really important to me, I personally struggled and needed something for myself to fulfill my own needs and have something personally for me that I could take part in and be a part of, rather than only pouring myself into my children. So for me, I needed that, and I can speak to those people who are struggling with that. But nobody talks about it because in mommy land, you know, that's embarrassing. You have the mommy guilt of not just wanting to be with your kids 24 hours a day. And so that could be something like an example of what I would do. Number 5, what makes your offer better than your competitors? And we're not just speaking about other people in our company. We're talking about other fitness programming, what makes it better than going to the gym, all of those different kinds of things. So think about that kind of stuff. So letting people know, like, I'm going to give you the tools to mentor you and fill in with passion, and you fill in with passion and drive to make it happen. Or if someone's really into fun, if that's your thing and that's why you love joining this, because you get to go on all these trips and it's a lot of fun, you get to hang out with your friends. Like, who doesn't want to work with their friends? So is it a fun team environment? Or is it the structure that you love? I love how they have all of this training here and they basically deliver it to you. Everything is there. It's just there for your taking, right? And the structure really is what appeals to you. So thinking about what makes your offer better than your competitors and saying that. It's not being cocky. It's just sharing with people why you can help them, why your solution to their needs is going to be better than someone else's, right? And then, of course, you need to follow through with that. So I want you to ask yourself and answer those 5 questions, and that will help you to figure out your niche. Essentially, you are creating your avatar, right? So what I've done is I've taken down, I have it right posted up here over my wall. I've taken a piece of paper and I've written my avatar, and I've thought about answering these questions. You know, what are the things that I have faced over time? Who am I? What do I like to do? You know, that kind of stuff. And I've written all that stuff down. And so I have it sitting right up over there over my computer. So that way, when I am crafting my posts, I am constantly thinking about that. I'll give you an example too. I realized that I wasn't speaking specifically to my niche or my avatar all the time. Because for me personally, I have a fitness background and I love fitness and I want to help everybody, right? We all want to help everybody. But that is not who we should be speaking to. So for me, I realized as I was listening to this at the Leader Conference, I had a post going out about how to modify a very basic, simple exercise. And I was like, that's not me at all. I've been in fitness for years. And so if I'm looking to attract who I am, I'm looking to attract people who are really into fitness, who want to take it up to the next level, who, you know, want to make a business out of this, want to have the best of both worlds, like that kind of thing, and be able to help more people and reach more people. So I shouldn't be posting beginner exercise type stuff on my page. That being said, it doesn't mean I'm never going to help a beginner with their fitness. It doesn't mean that those people can't come to me and ask me that, but that is not who I should be speaking to, because again, I'm trying to include everybody like that. And what I should be doing is including just that narrow view of my niche, my avatar, of who I want to be speaking to, right? So you want to create an ideal avatar in your business, and every time you make a post, you're staying inside that box to directly speak to that person. Okay, so super important. So I encourage you to answer those questions, write them down on a piece of paper, have it somewhere next to your computer, next to your office or something like that, that you can see on a regular basis to consistently remind you of that. Then the next step from there is to create a monthly marketing plan. And this is going to be different for everybody because we're all different types of personalities. And so for me, I cannot create a structured, I'm going to post this, and this is the day I'm going to do it on, and da-da-da-da. Because you know what I do? I change my mind, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to post that. I want to post this thing off the cuff or whatever. But for me, what I do is I create an overall direction. And so I choose a theme each month. I didn't always do this. When I was a brand new coach, what I did is I just whatever, it was hard. I couldn't think of things. I saw other people and I copied their posts and made them my own or whatever, but like I wasn't thinking as far as a theme. I wasn't tying all of my posts together. I wasn't making like this general overall sweep of trying to, bring people in based on a certain topic. I was just shooting all over the place, right? I was all over the place. And so I've learned this over time from listening to people. So hopefully wherever you're at in your business, you're listening now and you can learn it now and not have to, mess it up or learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from mine. So create a monthly marketing plan and have an overall theme for the month. So for me, my theme for February is the Me Project or the You Project, right? Either or, I'm using both. And so it's about support and accountability. It's a lot about confidence and feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's a positive and safe, encouraging environment. It's all about loving your body, self-love, no matter what fitness level you're at, really accepting of yourself, and just striving to be the best version of you, but loving yourself along the way. It's like, we have goals maybe as far as business, but really being grateful for where we're at this moment as well, and knowing that everything happens for a reason. So creating that monthly marketing plan, so that's like my idea. So what you should do is the 3rd or 4th week of the month. So if we were doing it this month in February, it would be, the 17th or so, like about halfway through the month or whatever, on is when you should start focusing on what you're going to create for that next month. And then sharing it with your downline so that they can help duplicate that as well, and they can go in that direction. And I've started sharing that with you guys. And so you can have that opportunity to help you out and help you start doing that until you're ready to start doing that on your own. So I also would encourage you to kind of think about just a couple of posts. Like what I have started doing is I will see different things and write different ideas down, and I have stuff in my notes and my phone and that kind of stuff whenever I have a great idea. And so I kind of take like this overall theme and I think about it for a little while, and I start looking through my pictures that I've collected. I start looking through my phone of the things that I may have saved to remind me, and I'm like, okay, what fits in this theme? And so I write a handful of stuff down, and I have that there, and I say, okay, this fits with my theme. So at different times when I'm going to do a selfie or post my video for my workout, or even like something with my kids and how, I want to lead by example. That means taking care of myself first. That kind of goes along with my theme, the Me Project. So all of that stuff is going to go along together, and I have those ideas, and then each week for me. Sometimes I even break it up into half a week, like 3 days at a time. But each week for me, what I've started doing is I start sitting down at one point, whether it's Monday morning or Sunday evening, and I kind of look at my week and I say, okay, well, I know Sunday nights are really great times that a lot of people are on social media. And so I'm going to maximize that time. That's what I'm going to do my call to action. I know for me that the 9:30 time frame for mommies and stuff like that is really huge. And so I'm going to post that, my other call to action on, Tuesday at 9:30 or whatever. And so kind of just starting to play with that and see what gets a lot of attention and stuff like that, and using those times and stuff. And so creating like, okay, the posts and being specific a little bit more with the different ideas. Okay, if I look at my week as an entirety, I kind of write down ideas on my other little note thing. And I start saying, okay, for this, I'm going to do this motivation one. And then I'm going to do add value by posting this article that I found from Chalene Johnson or whatever that fits with my theme. And then I'm going to post something about confidence. And then I'm going to do a personal story at night about XYZ that kind of ties into that whole theme or whatever else. So kind of thinking and getting an idea, and that's how I do things. I've been doing things on a kind of week to week or even like I said, a few day basis, and I leave some room in there to post more personal things. So when things come up, during the day or whatever else, I was like, oh, that would make a great post. But then if I've already planned out my post, then I'm like, oh, when would I post that? So I leave some room in there to have that kind of stuff too. So you want to make sure that your theme, you have consistent posts, including fitness and business. Super important, because especially as new coaches, we tend to go fitness, 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 nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. We never talk about business. And it's really important to talk about business from the get-go if you want to attract that recruiting vibe. You want to attract your tribe. You want to recruit right from the get-go, and you want to have success in growing your team substantially in the beginning. Then you need to talk about it. And you say, okay, well, what do I talk about? Because I haven't had success yet. Da, da, da. You talk about your vision of what you want to accomplish, right? You talk about the little things of how coaching has started changing you already, how you love being part of a team and having the accountability and support from all of these women who are like-minded. You talk about how personal development has really helped you to keep a positive mindset on a daily basis, and you realize that you've been a lot more positive, which has made you a lot more happy in just the past few weeks. You talk about all those different things, about how you've already paid for your Shakeology, you've covered it, and you're getting a meal every single day. And just by helping a couple of people, that's been covered, and you don't even have to worry about it. Or how your first paycheck helped fill up your gas tank, and that, this is only the beginning, that that it's going to become so much more. Or, there's a million different things that you could talk about. Once you actually start having customers or clients, then you start sharing those things, and you say, proud coach moment. This is why I do what I do. And you share what they've said, right? So those are the things that you'll start talking about with business, and you start doing it daily if you want to attract people to the coaching opportunity. If you don't talk about it, you're not going to attract anybody. So you need to talk about it. So when you are doing your theme, creating your theme and creating your posts and kind of going in that direction, you need to think again, who's my audience? What's the solution that I'm offering them? I need to talk about myself. I need to share my story. I want to be relatable. I want people to relate to me. I'm not going to just be generic. I'm going to share parts of me that really create my niche, are who I am, right? So you want to get the word out. That we all have, we have the free group at the beginning of the month. We have the paid group, the challenge group that people could join into on the third week of every month. And so those all kind of flow into each other. And then we have the different coaching sneak peeks and webinars and whatnot throughout the month. So that you always have something to be talking about. You always have something to be inviting to. You always have that going on. So also, you want to be kind of I don't know if you guys have all heard of this, but there's that book by Gary Vaynerchuk. He's going to be the speaker at our summit, and he has that jab, 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 right hook, right? So you're consistently engaging with people. You're consistently adding value. You're consistently sharing your story, and you're putting out jabs, and then you hook it with a call to action. So as your theme is weaving its way in there, you are sprinkling things about coaching, and you are sprinkling things about how it's changed your life, or what your vision is, or why this is so cool, and what it's done for you. And you start to sprinkle those things in, and then you have the call to action. And that's when people who have been paying attention will see all that stuff that you've been sprinkling in the whole time. So ideally, every day has one post with some kind of a call to action, or a join my sneak peek, or my team, or come on this call, or whatever it might be. Subtle though, subtle. It is not a call to action post where you have like this join my team over in the corner of your picture and fill out this application and, have you ever considered coaching kind of thing. It's not going to be that every single day, but every single day you should be touching on and sharing your story, and then having just the link to an application if they want to be coaches, or having just email me if you ever need any help, those kinds of things. Nothing huge, nothing, not every day we're going to be posting these huge, obvious, in your face kind of call to action stuff, but a little something, one post every single day should have a little something saying, hey, check this out, or, oh, I'd love to help you, or let me know if, blah, 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 whatever. So every single day you want to make sure that you're getting that word out. Then the last couple things, few more points, and then we are done. Okay, so teaching confidence. I want you to put yourself in a position where others will view you as a leader. So you need to use strong wording, right? Lead with confidence. So read out loud what you are writing before you post it up on social media. Like literally read it out loud and say it with confidence, and change things around if you need to. So example, you have a system to plug them in to help them to succeed. Even if you're a brand new coach, you're on our team, we have a system. We have a system that works. You have a system, even though you just started maybe a week ago, you have a system to plug them in to help them succeed. Be confident in those things. So use that. And then really aim to post eye-catching images at high traffic times. Again, so notice like when a lot of people are responding to your stuff. In general, Sunday nights are huge. Monday mornings, Sunday nights though, especially sometimes Friday nights, but looking at what your audience is doing and posting those eye-catching images as they're scrolling through while they're like halfway watching TV on the couch or right before they go to bed, it has to catch their eye, right? So, and often, you want to share your images with new coaches. I like to share posts, examples on the team page of posts that I think are really great. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Share that with your coaches in your downline. And then save ones that you like from other coaches. So if you see an example of someone on our team who does something, save it and then make it your own and say, oh my gosh, that's a really great idea. Recruiting to succeed. So track your recruiting success by way of your Success Club base. If you're a brand new coach, you are just going to be tracking your success if you were hitting Success Club and helping people, right? Helping people. So you will move your business forward if you hit Success Club every single month, okay? I have a whole nother video on how to hit Success Club. What does that mean? How do you do that? So if you have no idea, go into my YouTube page and find that video all about Success Club, because I'm not going to talk about that right now. But you then want to look at your downline and you want to say, okay, how many of my coaches are going to get to Success Club? And I'm going to recruit how many coaches each month. So if you are brand new and you are wanting to go on like just a let's say normal path or whatever, your goal is going to be to reproduce Emerald every single month. Reproduce Emerald. It's non-intimidating. It's something that's doable. 2 coaches every single month. Okay, so I'm going to bring Emerald every single month, and that will help me to move my business forward. If you want to grow faster than that, that's okay. So if you've been doing this for a while and you're like, I want to make this business happen, then you should be pushing the boundaries and saying, okay, I'm going to do 3 to 5 coaches every single month. I'm going to help 3 to 5 people come in and start this business with me. And then, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to aim to potentially increase that as you go throughout the year, right? Because you're gaining more confidence. You are seeing that your skills are being refined. You're getting better at what you're doing. You're getting better at when you talk to these people and how you bring them in and how you onboard them. The average life cycle of a coach, this is kind of sad to be honest, but the average life cycle of a coach can be 3 to 6 months. Right? So that is why we want to often have success and get them having success within the first few months so they can taste that, so they can see that, so they feel confident and they want to move forward. So I'm just going to tell you this. Overall, the top 50, just to give you an idea, the top 50 in the company, they average 9.33 coaches hitting Success Club every single month. And they average 7.08 recruiting new coaches every single month. So think to myself, like for me, last year, I didn't have a desire to be in the top 50. I wanted to be in the top 200. That's what I was aiming for. Maybe you want to be in the top 1,000. So you kind of take those numbers and you shift your goals according to what that means, right? And then you go out and you start making it happen. One of those things for recruiting that we've always talked about, you write your goals down. And when you write your goals down, only 5% of people do that. But those are the people that are successful. So write your goals down. Write your goals of how many coaches that you want to recruit. Do you want to reproduce Emerald every single month? And so that means getting 2 coaches every single month to grow your business. Do you want to hit 3 to 5 coaches? Do you want to hit 10 coaches? Whatever it is, whatever you want to do, write it down and look at it on a regular basis and make it happen. Start creating that culture every once in a while, maybe initially every couple weeks, and then every 6 weeks or every semester or so, check yourself and see, am I speaking to me? Am I speaking to my avatar? Am I doing that? And maybe have your success partner look at it. Maybe have your upline look at it and say, okay, all right, I'm on point. Or, oof, I gotta narrow it back in because I started widening who I wanted again. So hopefully that helps you. I'd love to hear your answers and see who your avatar is. But remember, the more specific we can get, the more we're going to attract who we are, the more success that we will have. So hopefully you guys have a fantastic weekend, and let me know if you have any questions. I would love to answer them and help you find anything out that you need to know. Have a great rest of the day.